Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, verse 31 and 32. Drishtvastra tejastu tayo Trilokan pradhanmat Dayyamana praja sarva Samvartakam amamsata. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. All the population of the three worlds was scorched by the combined heat of the weapons. Everyone was reminded of the Samvartaka fire which takes place at the time of annihilation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The three worlds are the upper, lower and intermediate planets of the universe. Although the Brahmastra was released on this earth, the heat produced by the combination of both the weapons covered all over the universe. And all the population on all the different planets began to feel the heat excessively and compared it to that of the Samvartaka fire. No planet, therefore, is without living beings, as less intelligent materialistic man think. 32, I will read myself. Prajopadravam alakshya loka vyatikaram chatam matam cha vasudevasya sanjaharajno dvayam. Translation. Thus, seeing the disturbance of the general populace and the imminent destruction of the planets, Arjuna at once retracted both the Brahmastra weapons as Lord Sri Krishna desired. Purport. The theory that the modern atomic bomb explosions can annihilate the world is childish imagination. First of all, the atomic energy is not powerful enough to destroy the world. And secondly, ultimately, it all rests on the supreme will of the Supreme Lord, because without His will or sanction, nothing can be built up or destroyed. It is foolish also to think that the natural laws are ultimately powerful. Material nature's law works under the direction of the Lord, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord says there that natural laws work under His supervision. The world can be destroyed only by the will of the Lord and not by the whims of tiny politicians. Lord Sri Krishna desired that the weapons released by both Drauni and Arjuna can be withdrawn. And it was carried out by Arjuna at once. Similarly, there are many agents of the all-powerful Lord, and by His will only one can execute what he desires. The sense of this purport. Let's have a short recap. In the first 6 chapters, Suta Goswami explained to the sages of Naimisharanya about the importance of this Bhagavata Purana. Why it was compiled by Vyasadeva, under whose inspiration it was compiled. In many places, Suta Goswami stresses this point. Simply by hearing about this Bhagavata Purana, one can develop unalloyed devotional service unto Lord Krishna. That is the ultimate goal of our life. He says, Yasyavam vai shroyamanayam Krishna paramapurushe Bhaktir utpatye pumsa shokamoka bhayapahaha. Simply by hearing this Bhagavata Purana, one can develop unalloyed devotional service unto Lord Krishna. That extinguishes the fire of material existence. That is in terms of shoka, lamentation, moha, illusion, bhaya, fear. This Bhagavatam is nothing but the full of glorification of the transcendental qualities of the Lord. and his unalloyed devotees like Shukadeva Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj, and Prahlad Maharaj, Durga Maharaj, Yudhishthira Maharaj, Draupadi, Kunti Devi, and many others like Uddhava, Maitreya, Rantideva. There are many great devotees are glorified in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The Srimad Bhagavatam is nothing but the glorification of the transcendental quality of the Supreme Lord and his unalloyed devotees. Simply by hearing the glories of the Lord and his devotees, one can develop attachment. That attachment leads unalloyed devotional service to Supreme Lord. It is said in Bhagavatam, hearing about the Supreme Lord is the only right medicine for the conditioned souls to get cured from all material diseases, such as Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, birth, old age, disease, death. Simply by hearing about this Bhagavad Purana, one get cured from material diseases. So, ultimately, our purpose of our existence is to engage in pure devotional service. Suta Goswami explained in the second chapter, Savipumsan parodharmo eto bhaktir hadokshaje hayatuki aprateyata ye atma suprasidati. The ultimate religious principle for all humanity is by which one can render unalloyed devotional service unto Krishna. That devotional service should be rendered without any motivation, without any interruption. One cannot engage in the devotional service expecting something return. We cannot do some business with the Lord. That becomes desire, motive. I want some fruit in return. I am engaged in devotional service, therefore I want something in return. That is not called pure devotional service. Pure devotional service is engage in the service of the Lord without expecting anything in return and without interruption. Constantly one should engage in the service of the Lord. After explaining this importance of Bhagavad Purana in the first six chapters, Suta Goswami began the case study. He explained from this chapter how Parikshit Maharaj heard this Bhagavad Purana attentively from Shukadeva Goswami and engaged in the service of the Lord and went back home, back to Godhead, even in that same very life itself. So he narrates from this chapter how Parikshit was born, how he was made an emperor. Why did he give up the emperor post and go to the bank of Ganges and to fast until death? What did he hear from Shukadeva Goswami and how did he go back home, back to Godhead? These are things explained the rest of the canto, all cantos. So the case study is, first he explained about the importance of Bhagavad Purana, how by simply hearing about the Bhagavad Purana, one can go back home, back to Godhead. That's the whole things Suta Goswami explained in Bhagavad Purana. In the Mahabharata war, both Pandavas and Kauravas fought for 18 days. Almost at the end of 18 days, all people are killed, except few people. From Pandava side, 5 Pandavas and their sons, 5 sons, Krishna and Satyaki. From Kaurava sides, Ashwatthama, Kripacharya and Kritavarma. Except these people, everyone was killed. So, at the 18th day of war, under the direction of Lord Krishna, Bhima broke the thigh of Duryodhana by unfair means, because he hit on the thigh. Actually, according to the warrior's code, one should not hit anyone below the waist, but he cannot be killed by any other means. Therefore, Krishna told should kill him by unfair means. Therefore, under the direction of Krishna, Bhima broke the thigh of Duryodhana. Duryodhana fell down and he was writhing in pain. That time, Ashwatthama came and saw the condition of precarious condition of his master Duryodhana. And he heard from Duryodhana that he was beaten by Bhima by unfair means. After hearing this, Ashwatthama became very much angry. Then he decided to put an end to Pandava dynasty. Then thereafter, with the help of Kritavarma and Kripacharya, went to the camp of Pandava in the middle of the night. And he massacred the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi. After that, he took the heads and went in a present to his master in order to please Duryodhana. But Duryodhana was not pleased by seeing the killing of 5 sons of Draupadi. When Draupadi came to know, when she heard that her sons were massacred by, killed by, murdered by Ashwatthama, she became very much afflicted. And she was overwhelmed with anxiety. And she began to cry. And her eyes were full of tears. When Arjuna saw his wife, Draupadi was crying. Then he came and said, "My dear Draupadi, please don't worry, don't cry. I'll go and cut the head off that Ashwatthama and bring and give it to you. After that, you can burn the bodies of your sons and take your bath standing on the head of Ashwatthama." After saying this, Arjuna and Krishna set out to follow Ashwatthama. Then they are going with great speed to chase Ashwatthama. When Ashwatthama saw that Krishna and Arjuna were coming at a great speed, and he started going little more further. But by the will of providence, his horses were tired. It could not go further. So he saw that his life is in danger now. Immediately, because he didn't know anything to do. Because of his life was in danger. Therefore, he had a weapon, ultimate weapon named Brahmastra. Then he had to release the weapon to protect himself. But he did not know how to retract the weapon. So, as soon as he released the weapon, Brahmastra, fire started blowing everywhere. It was so fierce that Arjuna thought even his life was in danger. Immediately, he took shelter of Krishna. He asked Krishna, "My dear Krishna, how is this dangerous effulgence spreading all around? Where does it come from? I do not understand. Please let me know." After hearing from Arjuna, Krishna said, "My dear Arjuna, this is the act of Ashwatthama. Because his life was in danger, he helplessly released his weapon, Brahmastra, to protect himself. But he did not know how to retract the weapon. Therefore, only another Brahmastra can counteract this weapon. Since you are very expert in military science, you can use your weapon to subdue this weapon." After hearing this, Arjuna circumvented Supreme Lord and he released his own weapon, Brahmastra, to counteract Ashwatthama Brahmastra. When the two Brahmastras joined, extreme heat produced. It was so fierce, it covered the entire universe, all planets. Then all the population of the entire 3 worlds was scorched by the excessive heat of these combined weapons of Brahmastra. Combined Brahmastra. Then everyone thought our life is finished. Everyone was reminded of the Samartaka fire which takes place at the time of cosmic annihilation. Because they thought our life is finished, over. So, Prabhupada says, what is this annihilation? The heat produced by this Brahmastra resembles the fire exhibited in the sun globe at the time of cosmic annihilation. In Bhagavatam it is described there are 4 kinds of annihilation. One is called Naimitika, second is called Prakritika, and third is called Atyantika, and the fourth one is called constant annihilation. Naimitika means occasional annihilation. Brahma Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sahasrayuga Paryantam Sahasrayuga Paryantam Haryat Brahmano Vidu Ratri Yuga Sahasrantam Teho Ratra Vidochanaha. 1000 Yuga cycle constitute one day of Brahma. That is called Kalpa. One Yuga cycle consists of Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. Put together 43 lakhs 20,000 years. Like that, 1000 cycles constitute one day of Brahma. That means 432 crores of years is one daytime of Brahma. That is called Kalpa. Kalpa means Lord Brahma creates the living entities. The daytime of Brahma is called Kalpa. And the Vikalpa, creation of Lord Brahma, that is called Vikalpa. And the Mahakalpa, creation of all the material elements along with Lord Brahma, that's called Mahakalpa. So, during the night of Brahma, so this is the daytime of Brahma's 432 crores of years, and the same as the night time, 12 hours, 12 hours. So, during the daytime of Brahma, one annihilation happens. That's called occasional annihilation. Occasional annihilation. During this annihilation, all the three planets meet with the destruction. All the living entities enters into the body of Lord Narayana. Even Lord Brahma also goes to the body of Narayana. He sleeps there. When he wakes up, he comes out of the body of Narayana, and all the living entities, they'll come out and accept according to the different desire, accept different bodies according to the past desires in the previous night of Lord Brahma, previous day of Lord Brahma. This is called one annihilation. And second is called total annihilation. Total material annihilation. That happens at the lifetime of Brahma. One day of Brahma is 864 crores of years. One lifetime of Brahma is like that, Brahma will live 100 years. That means 864 crores multiply into 30, multiply into 12, multiply into 100. So put together, Brahma will live for 3.11 trillion years. Not million, not billion. Trillion years. That is the lifespan of Brahma. At the end of lifespan of Brahma, one annihilation happens. That's called cosmic annihilation. This is what it's mentioned here, that annihilation. Cosmic annihilation. Then, one more annihilation called Atyantika. A person, when he understands that, when he attains the transcendental knowledge, he knows a distinction between the relative truth from the absolute truth. He understands that I am not this body. I am the part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he engages in devotional service and gives up this body. That giving up the body is called Atyantika. That means final annihilation. Annihilation of this material body. This is third annihilation. And fourth annihilation, at every moment, time invariably transforms the body of all created beings. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Deyinosmin yatade kaumaram yavvanam jara tada tehantara praptir dhirastatra namuyati. The soul passes from youth, childhood to youth to old age. Similarly, it passes at death and enters into another body. How? Because the time changes our body. What body we had yesterday, we don't have the same body now. What body we'll have tomorrow, that is different. So time invariably transforms all the created bodies of this material world. This transformation causes the living entity takes birth and again dies. Constant annihilation of birth and death. This is the fourth annihilation. So to get out of this all annihilation, what one should do, Shukadeva Goswami says, one should hear the nectarian pastimes of Lord Krishna submissively. That is the only suitable boat to cross over the ocean of material existence. We can see now the cosmic annihilation, second annihilation in detail. At the end of Brahma, as annihilation approaches, there will be no rain at all. Therefore, there will be completely drought which takes place. Because of drought, there will be no food grain. Because of that, people will starve to death and they will not have anything to eat. Father will kill son and eat because there is no food. And son will kill father and eat. Like that, people will eat one another. Gradually, the population will become nil. And after this, the sun in its annihilating form drinks all water from the ocean and from the living entities. So our bodies also contain some water. Sun will take away all the water from the bodies and will take away water from the earth. It will completely dry. Because of sun will illuminate such a heat. And after this, there will be a fire from the mouth of Ananta at the bottom of the universe. Due to the fire of Ananta, the whole universe will burn. From the top, blazing sun. From the bottom, the fire of Anantadeva. Because of the combined fire, the universal shell will burn like a ball of cow dung. It will glow like a burning of cow dung. After this, there will be heavy wind. It will take place for 100 years. Then after that, there will be a heavy rain for 100 years. Due to this heavy rain, the whole shell of universe will be filled with water. Will be filled with water. Then after that, as this water is filled in the universe, the earth, deprived of its quality of fragrance, it merges with water. The water, deprived of its quality of taste, merges with fire. Fire, it deprives the quality of form, it merges with air. Air will merge with ether. Ether will merge with false ego. False ego will merge with Mahatattva. Mahatattva will merge with the Supreme Lord Mahavishnu. This is the way that cosmic annihilation occurs. So at the time of cosmic annihilation, all the material elements and the Lord Brahma, universe, everything goes to the body of Mahavishnu. When Mahavishnu breathes out, all the universe comes out from the body of Mahavishnu. When breathes in, all the universe goes inside the body of Mahavishnu. Just when we breathe out, breathe in, how much time it takes? Maybe 3 seconds, or 4 seconds, or 5 seconds. So the breathe out and the breathe in time of Lord Mahavishnu is equal to 3.11 trillion years. That is the lifespan of Brahma. Compared to eternal life, that is very, very insignificant. Just like we keep on breathe out, breathe in. It's very, very insignificant. Compared to eternal life, this 3.11 trillion years of Brahma is very, very insignificant. This is the one annihilation, cosmic annihilation. So next, Prabhupada says, the atomic energy produced by Brahmavatsa is very, very insignificant compared to the energy produced by Brahmastra. Because this atomic weapons can destroy at most one city or one country or some portion of world, but it cannot destroy everything. Whereas the Brahmastra can destroy the entire universe. So Prabhupada compares between this modern atomic bombs and this Brahmastra of olden days. We can see during 1939, Hitler was the head of Germany. He had a power rasa. He wanted to become head of all the world. Therefore, he attacked first Poland. And Britain and France want to take revenge against Germany. Therefore, they attacked Germany. Then Hitler took the support of Japan and other countries to attack them. Then France and Britain took the support of US, other countries. Hitler is the cause of the Second World War. It happened for 6 complete years, from 1939 to 1945. Because of the war, millions of people were killed. Millions of people were killed, and so many buildings were damaged. And although the President of America warned Japan to surrender, they did not surrender. They want to capture power. They had a lot of power at that time, military power, strength, lot of military strength. Therefore, they were very puffed up. They did not want to surrender. Then, American President gave the order, finish the Japan. After receiving the order, they dropped one atomic bomb named Little Boy. Name of the weapon, Little Boy. It contained uranium of 64 kg. So these people took that atomic bomb and dead night dropped the bomb on Hiroshima from 10,000 miles away, meters from, just 10 kilometers away from the ground level. Just it took 44 seconds to drop the bomb and to explode. Because of this explosion, there are more than lakhs of buildings, skyscraper building, were completely burned to ash. And millions of people were died, killed, even the same day. Then after that, seeing the destruction, again President of America ordered Japan to surrender. He gave a time of 16 hours. Within 16 hours, if you don't surrender, then again you will get like this, many bombs. Still Japan did not surrender. After 3 days, again one more bomb they dropped on Nagasaki. It created the same damage. That's called Fat Man. The bomb name is Fat Man. It created big damage of Nagasaki. There are many civilians were killed because of these atom bombs. And so many people died because of radiation sickness and starvation. And many people got injury. Then in due course of time, within 2 months, another lakhs of people, and many people died. Actually, it killed all civilian people. It killed only less number of military people. It killed common people. So, when the bomb exploded, it created a temperature of almost nearly 4,000 degrees centigrade. Whereas the sun temperature, what is the temperature of the sun at the core? 15 million centigrade. 15 million centigrade. So Prabhupada compares this Brahmotsa can produce that much heat compared to this atomic bombs. These atomic bombs, when they put, it destroyed only 1 mile radius. 1 mile radius it destroyed. Maybe around some 15 or 10 kilometers square kilometer area. But here, this weapon released by Brahmotsa, it was giving trouble to all over the universe. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Etam drishtim avashtabhya nashtatmano alpabuddhiya prabhavandi ugra karmana shayayo jagato ita. The demons, those who have no knowledge about God, they do not understand that God is in control, they take shelter of false conclusion. And who are lost themselves and who have no intelligence, they engage in horrible, unbeneficial work meant to destroy the world. Demons engage in ugra karma that is meant to destroy the world. So today, we are all proud of nuclear weapons. As soon as one country manufactures some nuclear weapons, they'll go and test. As soon as it's successfully carried out, then they think our mission is successful. And we are proud of inventing nuclear weapons. But at any time, the war can take place, just like Hitler. One person caused the world war. Similarly, at any moment, because of false ego of one person, one president, the world war can take place and it will create total havoc in the world. So, the invention of nuclear weapons are not meant to give peace and prosperity to the world, but to give disturbance and destruction to the world. These bombs which were put by Americans, it killed so many innocent people. A king, it is said in the Bhagavatam, a king or administrative head or the president or prime minister of the country, if they kill an innocent person or if they give a punishment to a Brahmana unnecessarily, they will be taken to the hell by the Yamatotas, the hell called Shukramukha. In that hell, what they will do? The Yamatotas take the king and put inside the rollers. Put inside the, just like a sugar cane will put in the rollers. It will squeeze, juice will come out. And that sugar cane will come out. Similarly, the person who kills an innocent person will be put inside the rollers and will make him a complete chutney. And the body will come out and again they will put. So like that, because the person will not die. The person will not die. Although they give severe punishment, the person will not die at all. They will feel the pain severely, but they will not die. So again they will take and put. This is the result of punishing a faultless person. It is said in the Manu Samhita, there are people in the country, the people sometimes they may engage in pious activity or impious activities. King will share 1/6, king will get 1/6 share of either pious activity or impious activities. He will get 1/6 share. In this world, more or less, all people will perform sinful activity. Therefore, king will get 1/6 share. Just like in the country, suppose 1,200 murders happens in a year. So, the Prime Minister or the head of state will get the reaction of 200 murders. Although, he might have not done. Because people when they do, he will get the reaction. This is very, very responsible post. Nowadays people do not know. Even there are so many rapes happens, so many things, people loot many things, king will get or the prime minister or chief minister will get 1/6 share of this reaction. At the same time, suppose he sees the people are chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. 12,000 people are chanting Hare Krishna Mantra, 16 rounds in the country. He will get the benefit of 2,000 people chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. That means 2,000 into 16 rounds, how many rounds? That many. 32,000 rounds. Benefit he will get, although if it doesn't chant. So, this is the duty of king to see that people are engaged in religious principles. They are devoted to the Lord. And nowadays, people, they do not see. They always engage in Ugra Karma activities. Therefore, all of them are assured to go Shukramukha. To become chutney. And second, Prabhupada says, in the second point, what is it? This heat produced by the Brahmastra, it created severe impact on all other planets. Everyone was scorched by excessive heat. They felt excessive heat. Who will feel the excessive heat? Only living entities can feel. Here Prabhupada says, in other planet, there are full of living entities. Whereas the less intelligent people think there are no living entities in other planets. Only Earth has got living entities. It's refuted in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita about the qualities of soul. Achediyayum adayoyum akleshyo shoshevacha nitya sarva gatastanur achaloyam sanatana. The soul is unbreakable, insoluble. It cannot be burnt. It cannot be dried. The soul is eternal, sarvagata, all pervading. Soul present everywhere. Soul present everywhere. It's unchangeable, eternally the same. Here, Krishna uses the word Sarvagata. Sarvagata means the soul is living, it is spread all over the creation of the Lord. Therefore, to say there are no living entities in other planet is completely wrong. People nowadays, modern scientists or people, those who are interested in inventing something new thing, they want to see what is going on another planet. Therefore, they're trying to send people to moon planet. They could not achieve any success. They brought some dust finally by spending millions of dollars. Now they are spending much more, trillions of dollars to go to Mars planet to bring more dust because we don't have any dust. So people unnecessarily they engaged in trying to find something. Here from Bhagavatam, in Bhagavad Gita, we can clearly see that every planet has got full of living entities. This body is made of earth, water, fire, air, ether. Our bodies are predominantly made of earth. The living entities which live in the water, predominantly made of water. So similarly, there are birds, predominantly made of air. So living entities living on the land, in the earth, in the water, in the air, why not in the fire? Because they have got the body, suitable body to live in the fire. So to say there is no living entity in the sun planet is wrong. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, in the beginning, I spoke this science of self-realization to sun god Vivaswan. Krishna cannot speak to some imperson. When we speak, we have to speak to person. I can't speak to wall. Krishna spoke this instruction to sun god Vivaswan. When the king is there, naturally, people also will be there. So to say there are no living entities in the sun planet is wrong. Otherwise, Krishna would not have said in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvagata. The living entities are not there in other planets, the word becomes meaningless. Sarvagata means living entities present everywhere. The people, those who are less intelligent, they do not understand that there are living entities even on other planets. So, in the next point, Prabhupada says, the atomic energy is not powerful enough to destroy the world. And secondly, ultimately, it all rests on the supreme will of the Supreme Lord, because without His will or sanction, nothing can be built up or destroyed. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, there are 5 causes to complete an action. 5 factors to be considered to complete or perform an action. Panchaitani mahabhoho karanani nibodhame sankhye kritante proktani siddhaye sarvakarmanam adhishtanam tadakarta karanam cha pratakvidum vividacha pratakcheshta daivyam chaivatra panchamam. Arjuna, it is said in the Vedanta, there are 5 causes to accomplish an action. They are Adhishtanam, the body, Karta, the doer or performer, Karanam, the senses, Cheshta, endeavor, Daivam, the supreme will of the Supreme Lord, that's will of the super soul within our heart. The body is meant to, the Adhishtanam is the body, and the Karta means the doer or the soul. The soul performs an activity that brings reaction. The soul has got desire, therefore it wants to perform an activity. When we perform some activity, naturally we get the reaction of the activity. And how to perform the activity? The soul uses the senses. Without senses, we cannot perform an activity. Even senses are used. For that, we should put an endeavor. Unless we put an endeavor, we cannot accomplish an action. Just like when we do a business, we should put an endeavor. Not that simply sit at home and sleep. We should put an endeavor to complete the activity. Even though we may put an effort, still we may not be successful. Why? The supreme will of the Lord is important. The Lord does not will, we may not attain successful. Therefore, we should always depend upon the will of the Lord. Those who are in Krishna consciousness, even though they perform activity, they do not get any reaction for the activity, because they act under the direction of Krishna. Just like a military man, he kills the people in the battle, but he does not get any reaction. Rather, is awarded, is recognized by government. Why? Because he did the activity under the direction of his authority. Similarly, if we perform an activity in devotional service under the direction of Krishna, we will not get any reaction. Rather, we will be recognized by the Supreme Lord. After that, we will go back home, back to Godhead. Because we follow the authority of Krishna. We follow the Supreme Authority. Therefore, we should always depend upon the will of the Lord. Depend on the mercy of the Lord. In this context, I would like to narrate the conversation happened between Dhritarashtra and Indra. Indra, he accepted Vishwarupa as his spiritual master because he lost his kingdom. Demons came and took away his kingdom. Therefore, he accepted Vishwarupa. With the help of Vishwarupa, he got back his kingdom. And after that, Indra killed Vishwarupa. Because Vishwarupa was inclined towards even demons. Therefore, he does not want to lose position. Again, demon can come and take away the kingdom. Therefore, he killed Vishwarupa. Vishwarupa's father, Tashta, performed some sacrifice. He wanted to produce a son by which he can kill Indra. Because when he was chanting a mantra wrong pronunciation, instead of the son will beget to kill Indra, he will be killed by Indra. Because he pronounced little wrongly. Therefore, he got the opposite result. Dhritarashtra was born. Then he wanted to take revenge against Indra because he killed his brother. So both of them were fighting. That time, Dhritarashtra said to Indra, "Oh Indra, if one is a devotee of the Lord, if he depends on the Lord in every respect, if he depends on Lord Vishnu in every respect, for him, opulence, victory, peace of mind, all are guaranteed." Sanjay also says in Bhagavad Gita, "Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Sir Vijaya Budhir, Dhruvanitir Matir Mama." Wherever Krishna is there, opulence, victory is certain. So the same thing Dhritarashtra said to Indra, whoever depends on Lord Krishna in every respect, he will attain everything. For such a person has nothing to worry in this world. He can get everything. But Lord Krishna is so kind to such devotee, he will not give any opulence. He will take away the opulence from the devotee. Because that opulent gives an amper to his devotional service. Therefore, Lord takes away the opulence of the devotees and leaving like a beggar. So once Krishna said to Yudhishthira Maharaj, same thing. Yasyam anugrunami harishye tadanum shanahi. Tadodanam tyachintiyasya svajana dukkha dukkidam. Krishna said to Yudhishthira, my dear Yudhishthira, if at all I favor anyone, especially favor to anyone, first of all, I'll take away all his riches and make him beggar. So that his wife, children will kick him out. Thereafter, he'll suffer misery after misery. When somebody is in misery, they will always depend on Krishna. Somebody gets some opulence, they will forget Lord. Therefore, Krishna makes sure that the devotee should always depend on me. Suppose some devotees, even though they are rich, they still can remember Krishna. Just like a Sudama. Krishna awarded full riches to Sudama, much more than Indra. But still, Sudama did not forget Krishna. Our case is different. If Krishna awards all riches, we will completely forget Krishna. Therefore, Krishna will not give any riches. Even if you want to become rich, we will put an endeavor. Krishna will make sure that will not be successful. Because Krishna wants us back home, back to God. He does not want to leave us here to suffer in this material world. So this is one point. So Dhritarashtra said, Indra, I want to give up everything. I wish to give up everything for the service of the Supreme Lord. I don't want anything in this material world. I want to completely get detached from family, wife, children, society, relatives. I want to make friendship with only devotees. See the Dhritarashtra's demons. Although he was born as a demon, because he exhibited the quality of pure devotee. He said, Indra, I don't want to go to heavenly planets. I don't have any desire to go to heavenly planets. Nor I desire to go to Dhruvaloka. Nor I desire to go to Brahmaloka. I don't want even liberation. Nor do I aspire to have an unconquerable position in this world to rule the people. I don't want anything. Simply I want to engage in the service of the Lord. And he indirectly said, Indra, actually you are fool number one. Because Lord sided with you to defeat me. Lord sided with you to defeat me. Actually, I am not at all defeated. Although I know I will be killed in this battlefield. But still, after this body, immediately I will go back home, back to Godhead and enjoy. Whereas you suffer. Whereas you suffer in this material world. Whoever performs tapasya, you will get BP and you will get lot of disease. You have to suffer, not me. See, the Dhritarashtra had complete dependence on Lord. Even though, see, killing on the battlefield, particularly getting defeat in the battlefield, somebody will feel worry. But Dhritarashtra was completely happy because he knows whatever Lord does, it's a benefit for me, good for me. Is assured of going back home, back to Godhead. Although Indra killed him, practically he was defeated in one sense. But still, it is Dhritarashtra who won. Because he went back home, back to Godhead, even in the same life. So, the will of Lord is important. Therefore, we should always depend on the will of Lord. So one more point Prabhupada says here, material nature's law works under the direction of the Lord, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord says there that natural laws work under His supervision. The world can be destroyed only by His will of the Lord, and not by the whims of tiny politicians. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Maya dakshina prakati soite sacharacharam hetunane kaunteya jagad vipari vartade. The material, he says to Arjuna, this material nature is working under my direction, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Although Lord creates everything, still is aloof from all the material activities. He does not do any activity. He is aloof from all the material activity. He is just only a director. He does not get involved in work. But his activities are conducted by the modes of material nature. Just like a CMD of the organization personally does not get involved in work per se. But he gives direction to his subordinates, directors. In turn, they give direction to managers, supervisors. So they work. Similarly, Krishna does not do any activities personally. Simply enjoys with his devotees. He gives direction to demigods. They act under the direction of Krishna. They do not act independently. Demigods do not act independently, but they act under the direction of Krishna. Krishna sometimes personally controls the material nature just for the sake of devotees. In this context, I would like to narrate the small story in Mahabharata. It may take 5 to 10 minutes. Once Jayadratha was the husband of Dushala. Dhritarashtra had 100 sons, one daughter, Dushala. She got married to Jayadratha. Jayadratha was going to meet Shalva to get his daughter married. That time Pandavas were in exile in one vana, one forest. So he was going and he saw the cottage. He saw the Draupadi standing in the cottage, in his house. When he saw the beauty of Draupadi, he was completely captivated by the beauty of, splendorous beauty of Draupadi. Immediately, he told his friend, Kotika, my dear friend, you please go and find out who she is. This Kotika came and asked Draupadi, so I am so and so, I have been sent by Jayadrata. So she responded to his question, actually I am not supposed to speak to anyone other than my husband. Still, I will answer your question. Then she told, I am daughter of Drupada. I got married to 5 sons of Pandavas. They have gone out. Please wait for some time. They will return and they will receive nicely. This person went and told Jayadrata, so and so. Then Jayadrata came. And when he saw the beauty, again somehow he want to carry away her, because so beautiful Draupadi was. Then he said, Draupadi, why you are suffering so much in this forest? Better you marry me, you come with me, you can enjoy royal opulence, surrounded by so many maids. Why you are suffering here? Your husbands are beggars. An intelligent woman follows her husband in prosperity. When he is rich, woman follows. He is giving, Jayadrata is telling to Draupadi. Intelligent woman follows her husband in prosperity. And she rejects him in adversity. Whenever husband is, he doesn't have any rich, doesn't have any money, wife will reject. That is an intelligent woman. Therefore, you be intelligent. You come with me. You can enjoy with me. These people are beggars. What enjoyment you can get? As soon as she heard this statement from Jayadrata, she was shocked and said, "You rascal, shut your mouth and get lost from here." Then Jayadrata became very angry. Then he forcibly caught hold of Draupadi and put on his chariot and started taking to his capital. When he was taking, Yudhishthira was a little far away. He was in the forest and he saw some birds, animals are agitated and started moving here and there. So you could understand there is some calamity. Therefore, Pandavas immediately rushed to the cottage. When they saw Draupadi was not there, they were informed by a housemaid that Jayadrata came and forcibly took away Draupadi. He has gone this direction. Please go and immediately and catch him. So Pandavas immediately followed the same direction to catch Jayadrata. So he had some army also. So Pandavas and they saw and killed all the people. So when Jayadrata saw that all his army completely was vanquished, he put the Draupadi down and started escaping, because somehow he wanted to save his life. So when Bhima saw this, Draupadi was there and he told Yudhishthira, you take Draupadi home. I will go wherever he goes, I will finish him today. Even goes to heavenly planets, I will not leave him. Today is finished. So then Yudhishthira said, no, please don't do this, because he is Gandhari's son-in-law, our sister husband. If you kill him, Mother Gandhari will lament. Therefore, please don't kill him. Then, but still Arjuna and Bhima followed Jayadrata. At last, Bhima went and caught hold of Jayadrata. He gave him a nice beating. He was about to kill. That time, Arjuna said, see, do you remember what Yudhishthira said? Please don't kill him. Then he has to follow his brother word also. He took one knife and shaved his head here and there. Shaving the head here and there, left some hair here and some portion shaved. That's as good as killing. In the Shastra, shaving the head of the person here and there is as good as killing. After shaving the head, and he tied him nicely like an animal and brought him and brought to that cottage of Pandavas and leave to Yudhishthira and Draupadi. And if at all you are interested to lead life, you want to be alive, then you declare yourself as a slave of Yudhishthira. Then you leave. Then immediately when Yudhishthira saw this Jayadratha was bound by like an animal. He told Bhima, let him free. So then he removed all the ropes. Then Yudhishthira instructed, my dear Jayadratha, please don't do this kind of activities and all. No, you please go anywhere as you wish. So he let him free. Then Jayadratha was completely humiliated. He put his head down in shame. Then he went to forest to perform tapasya. So he performed severe tapasya to please Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was pleased. Then Lord Shiva asked, my dear Jayadratha, I am very much pleased with your tapasya. Please ask any benediction. Then Jayadratha asked, I want to defeat all the Pandavas one day in the battlefield. Lord Shiva said, it's impossible. Because Krishna is there. As long as Krishna is there, nobody can defeat Pandavas. But, however, I will give one benediction, that you can defeat the Pandavas except Arjuna in the crucial time of war. So he gave this benediction to Jayadratha and went. So in the Mahabharata war, 13th day of war, so Bhishma fell down. Arjuna started massacring all the Kaurava warriors. When Duryodhana saw this, all the soldiers who were sacrificed everything for his sake were mercilessly killed by Arjuna, Pandavas. Therefore he went and told Dronacharya, my dear Dronacharya, see, you are very, very lenient. You don't want to fight with wholeheartedly with Pandavas. Because of your religions in battle, all my people are killed. It was like insulting for Dronacharya, because he is trying to find fault in the loyalty of Dronacharya. Then Dronacharya said to Duryodhana, Duryodhana, you are insulting me. I am doing my duty properly. But you are not understanding. As long as Krishna is there, nobody can defeat. This is the law. Still, however, today I will kill one of the leading warriors in the battlefield, provided if you take away Arjuna from my presence. So next day, just another 3-4 minutes I'll take. It's okay? So next day, Dronacharya formed a circular formation, Chakra Vyuha. So Duryodhana directed some people to take away Arjuna from the battlefield. So Arjuna was taken away. Now rest of the Pandavas were there, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Nakula, Sahadeva, all people. No, Arjuna was not there. No, he created Chakra Vyuha, Dronacharya. This Chakra Vyuha, only 4 people can penetrate. One is Krishna. They know how to penetrate, go inside by Krishna, his son Pradyumna, Arjuna and Abhimanyu. Nobody knows. None of the Pandavas knows except Arjuna and Abhimanyu. So Yudhishthira and all Pandavas try to enter, try to penetrate. But Drona just drove them away. All the people came back. Then immediately Yudhishthira went and asked Abhimanyu, my dear Abhimanyu, only you knows how to penetrate. Please go. We'll follow you. Don't worry. He said, my dear uncle, I know only how to go inside. I don't know how to come out. If something happens, some danger happens, I don't know how to come out. He said, don't worry, we'll follow you. Then Abhimanyu went inside and started creating heavy damage to the Kaurava warriors. He killed so many people. By seeing the superhuman feat of Abhimanyu, the warriors, their hair and stand on the head by seeing the superhuman feat of Abhimanyu. Then all the people started running here and there. That time they were following, Pandavas were following. That time Jayadratha came in front of all Pandavas. He did not let them allow, because he got the boon to defeat. So he took the chance to defeat all the people. Abhimanyu went inside and he was caught inside. All the great people joined together, killed Abhimanyu. Although sunset happened already, because after sunset nobody can kill. They should stop the war. But Abhimanyu was killed after sunset. All the people, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Ashwatthama, many people, Karna, everyone. So when Arjuna heard this, that his son is killed, then all the Pandavas said, Jayadratha is a cause for your son's death. Then he took the vow. Tomorrow by sunset, I will kill Jayadratha. If I do not fulfill my vow, then I will enter fire. I will commit suicide. Then after that, next day, so Jayadratha heard this, that Arjuna took the vow, that I'll be finished today. Then immediately went and told Duryodhana, today I'll go home, you take care of your fight. I will not fight, because if I am there, I am finished today. Then Duryodhana said, no, don't worry, because big general, great people are there, like Dronacharya, Karna, Ashwatthama, all the people. You don't come in the front. Far away, 100 miles far away, be there. Arjuna cannot come at all. Certainly he has to commit suicide today. So they were overjoyed by hearing this vow took by Arjuna. So next day, then Arjuna started fighting. Time has almost come. Sun was about to set. Still, he was far away. Then Krishna thought, how to protect my devotees. Then Krishna used his mystic power to cover sun. So as soon as sun was set, all the Kauravas became overjoyed. Today Arjuna is finished. He has to commit suicide by entering fire. That time he was off-guarded. Jayadratha put his weapon and came out. And thinking that I am saved, Arjuna was finished. Immediately Krishna removed his mystic power. Sun is there. Arjuna cut the head of Jayadratha. So Arjuna used his Pashupada weapon, which was given by Lord Shiva. Before releasing the weapon, Krishna said the birth of Jayadratha. When he was born, the voice from the sky said to his father, your son will be glorious. He will bring glorious to your dynasty. However, in the battlefield, one hero will cut off the head of your son. After hearing this, the father of Jayadratha called all his relatives and all. Then he told, whoever causes my son's head fall down on the earth, his head will burst into 100 pieces. This he told, Krishna told to Arjuna, you should cut off the head and the head should go to his father's lap, because his father was performing evening prayer offering near to that area. One lake was there. There he was sitting and performing evening prayer. He told, use your celestial weapon, you cut the head of Jayadratha and the head should go and fall on the father's lap. So exactly, Arjuna released his weapon, his arrow, cut the head and immediately sent the numerous arrows. That arrows carried the head of Jayadratha and put on the lap of father. He was closing his eyes and praying. Suddenly something fell. He got up. So the head fell from his lap and fell on the ground. Immediately, as soon as fell on the ground, his head burst into 100 pieces. So Krishna always hankering to save his devotees. He personally controls the laws of nature to protect his devotees. It's called Bhaktavatsala. It does not care for any other thing. The conclusion here is, under the will of Lord, everything happens. The so-called leaders, either they can create nor destroy it. If at all it has to be destroyed, it should be sanctioned by the will of the Lord. Lord gives protection according to one's surrender. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Etamam prapatandye tam sadaiva bachamiham. As we surrender to Lord, Lord will also reciprocate. If we sincerely follow the instruction of our Guru, chanting 6 rounds, getting up early in the morning, attend Mangalarati, reading, hearing, spreading the holy name, if we sincerely follow the instruction of the Lord, spiritual master Prabhupada, Krishna is certainly bound to give protection from all sides. And later, Krishna will take us back home, back to Godhead. That is the will. He is always ready to give protection to his devotees. That is the purport of this verse. Thus will end this Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki,